Sai Ram, Shri Sai Satcharitra, Chapter 4, Part 9, and the paragraph is description of three Vadas. First, we read the Shri Satcharitra and then we dive deep into each subject. Three Vadas, the heading of this paragraph. The site with the neem tree and surrounding spaces was bought by Mr. Hari Vinayak Sathe. And on this site, a big building styled Sathe's Vada was erected. This Vada was a sole resting place for pilgrims who flocked to Shirdi. A platform was built around the neem tree and lofts with steps were constructed. Under the steps, there was a niche facing south and devotees sit on the platform facing north. It is believed that he who burns incense there on Thursdays and Friday evenings will by God's grace be very happy. This Vada was old and dilapidated and needed repairs. The necessary repairs and additions and alterations have been made now by the Sai Satcharitra. Now, why this significance of this neem tree we know, right? Neem tree is Guru Sthan. In the previous one of the chapters, we have covered that. Guru Sthan, under the neem tree, just below the neem tree, whenever Baba's second advent was with the marriage party, first advent of Baba was when he was a young boy. When he came to Shirdi, he was sitting under this neem tree and meditating. And after some time, when they asked why he meditates under this very neem tree, then the god Khandoba comes on the body, in the body of one of the devotees, and he says, when you dig deep, you will see that this place was the meditation place of Baba's Guru in his previous birth. So that is why this boy comes and sits under this neem tree and does his penance. So inquisitive minds of the disciples of Baba as well as devotees of Khandoba, when they dig, there is a step which goes under, and there you see a small platform. There's a small cave kind of a thing. There's a platform and there is rosary beads, that is Rudrakshamala and Kamandalu. And to everybody's surprise, there were two diyas which were burning and there was nobody there. To us, it is like a Guru is Shunya. Guru is omnipresent, omnipotent. We cannot restrict Guru to a physical body only. So when we understand this story, we should know that when any Guru takes a Jivanta Samadhi, it's pretty common in India that Gurus and saints and sages, they take Jivanta Samadhi. When they take a Jivanta Samadhi, that is for the world outside, they perform something called the Nirmanakaya. Nirmanakaya is to disintegrate the body into 5 different elements that body is made of and integrate at their free will as a conscience. As a Guru is a Tattva, Guru cannot be restricted to a Sthula Sharira like we are restricted. So that is the Guru. So hence we need to understand by that story of, when people dive deep into the cave below the neem tree, Guru Sthana, that is where they see the emptiness. There's nothing. At least if it were to be a matter of a skeleton, a body which was, which was confined to Samadhi, there should be a skeleton at least. There's nothing. It's plain. So that is a Guru Sthana. And for us, Shunya Kriya, Guru is a Tattva. Guru cannot be restricted to a Sthula Sharira or a Kaya, right? So we move on. Then comes the second. Then after some time, yet another Vada Dikshit's Vada was constructed. Kakasaheb Dikshit, solicitor of Mumbai, had gone to England. He had injured his leg in an accident. The injury could not be got rid of by any means. Nana Sahib Chandorkar advised him to see Sai Baba. So he went to Shirdi in 1909 and requested him to cure the lameness of his mind rather than that of his leg. He was so much pleased with the darshan of Sai Baba that he decided to reside in Shirdi. So he built a vada for himself and other devotees. The foundation of this building was laid on 10th of December 1910. On this day, two other important events took place. We'll come to that. Now, we dive deep into this. Kakasaheb Dikshit injures his leg in England. He is traveling by train, so he slips, apparently, one of the stories. However, for whatever reasons, Shri Kakasaheb Dikshit injures his leg. And he is just not able to get rid of the pain or correct the lameness of his leg. So Nana Sahib Chandorkar says that why don't you go and see Sri Sainath Maharaj in Shirdi? Just imagine when Sri Kakasaheb Dikshit comes to Shirdi to see Sai Baba. What do we think? Okay, fine. He saw, he was mighty impressed. He was extremely happy. He was so delighted to see Baba. And he said, please cure the lameness of my mind rather than my leg. So he understood. Now, two things that we need to understand. One, teachings of Kakasaheb Dikshit himself. Second, not every incident that happens is bad. Now, for example, first we'll take about Kakasaheb Dikshit. Imagine the sense of maturity in Kakasaheb Dikshit. An elderly solicitor from Bombay. What do we do if we have any physical ailments or any pain or agony? Mental, emotional, whatever kinds. What we do? We go to our guru or god or temple and we start howling and crying. Please take care. I've got a back pain. I've got a leg pain. I've got a neck pain or whatever. This disease, that disease. But Kakasaheb Dikshit understands the limitation of the body. Body is going to go. Body is going to wither away. Nobody is here forever in the body. We all are here forever. We believe in law of eternity. We are all here. Death is just a new beginning. And death is only to the body. Its conscience or the soul, in whichever manner, carries only one thing. No amount of wealth, we all know, of course. It's no big philosophy. Only the karma phala, it carries with itself to the next birth. That's it. Nothing else. So, this amount of prudence, this level of intellectual understanding, this level of maturity, spiritual maturity of Kakasaheb Dikshit is commendable. At any age, it's not because of his age, because of his spiritual maturity that he says, cure my lameness of the mind, remove me from the sense of Maya. No, physical pain and lameness is okay, let it be, or it's okay. I'm not bothered. That is the sense of maturity. That is the teaching in this story, or this small example of Kakasaheb Dikshit. Imagine the kind of a devotee he is, or a disciple he is. From a devotee, he immediately becomes a disciple with this one small virtue that he says, oh Lord, cure me of the lameness of my mind, not that of my body. So that is the greatness of Kakasaheb Dikshit. What we need to learn from Kakasaheb Dikshit, right? Second, not every incident in our life must be bad. Whatever has to happen, whatever must we go through, it is not necessarily for a bad or a adverse conclusion in our journey of our life. Now, Kaka Sahib Dikshit hurt his leg. Of course, it is painful, it is bad. But what happened eventually? He found his guru. When Kaka Sahib Dikshit has hurt himself, only then Nana Sahib Chandorkar says, please come and see Sai Baba. Maybe there would have been other reasons. When Guru commands, nobody can stop. जब गुरु का हुक्म होती है तो कोई नहीं रोक सकता जब तक till such time that the Guru doesn't command, no matter what we do, we cannot reach him. The moment he commands, no matter what we do, we cannot stop ourselves. It's a hukum of the Guru. That is our Guru Shri Sai Natha. Now, everything, Baba always used to say, have patience, have faith, faith and patience. Shraddha Saburi, Shraddha Sapuri. He always taught us only two things. Rest you, leave it to me. In this, what we need to understand are multiple answers. One, not everything that happens, not every pain is going to end up in a negative reality or a bad reality. Because of that pain, he found his guru. Because of that pain, Nana Sahib Chandorkar asked him to come to Guru. But what happens when a guru commands and a disciple sees? See the connect between a guru and a disciple. How beautiful it is. How wonderful. See the way, the moment he sees Sri Sainath Maharaj, he forgets his physical pain, number one. Second, his elevation of spiritual maturity when he says, Lord, forget all these things, cure my lameness of my mind, my mental lameness. Third, the moment he looks into his guru, he says, okay, here is the place. I have found, I have arrived, I have found my destination. There is nothing beyond my guru. And he settles down in Shirdi. See, these are very simple statements that we read and brush it. Okay, fine. As a part of the story, okay, Kaka Sahib Dikshit, settle down in Shirdi. That's about it. But we have to dive deep into the reactions, the causes, the emotions, the oneness, so many things in small one paragraph, These are the stories which are given in Guru Charitra, Avadhuta Gita, in Vedas, in Gitas, in every Shastra, they speak about the oneness. Guru, when he draws, when you find your path and your Guru, there is nothing to wander. If we are still wandering, we keep wandering. When we have found our destination, that is what it means. Kaka Sahib Dikshit has found his destination in Sainath. The moment he is seen, he is drawn. So likewise, we all have lot of adverse realities of our lives. We all go through a lot of pain. We all go through a lot of agonizing experiences. But we all are drawn closer to our Guru because of them. So we should take a pinch of positivity even in our adverse realities. Just like the example of Kaka Sahib Dikshit. He takes, the moment he sees his Guru, Sri Sai Natha, he says, yes, I've done. And to an extent, Shirdi was not at all a habitable place. Please understand. Kaka Sahib Dikshit living in Mumbai, he's a solicitor. He's someone who has achieved great heights in his life. Please, we should understand these things also. The one who is lived a luxurious life in Mumbai. Those days in Shirdi, there was not even electricity. They had to live under the lamps. Electricity came much later. But just imagine that oneness of Kaka Sahib Dikshit. Of course, he builds a Vada, not just for himself, he builds for everybody. But he drops everything in Mumbai, all the comforts, all the luxuries, all that he had. Nothing else matters but for his Guru. He has found his Guru. Can we do that? We have all the facilities, all the Shirdi is a beautiful city today. I mean, small city, of course, but still we don't. Imagine Kaka Sahib Dikshit. In 1910, he drops everything and settles down. That is the oneness of a disciple and a guru. No comforts matter. Guru's feet is everything, right? These are the things which we need to take out of Shri Sai Satcharitra. Now, moving on, two important things happened on this day. That is on the day when Kaka Sahib Dikshit set his foot on the soil of Shirdi. First thing that happened was Shri Dada Sahib Khaperde was given permission to return home, and the night Aarti at Chavdi was started. The Vada was completed and was inhabited on Ram Navami Day in 1911 with due rites and formalities. Dada Sahib Khaperde, we need to understand, was not allowed to go back to his native place. Baba asked him to stay. When Baba commanded him to stay without any doubts, the submission and surrenderance, oneness, we talk about surrenderance and oneness. And today, in 2024, and Baba took Mahasamadhi in 1918, 1918, as per Hindu calendar 1916 or whatever. Anyway, it's well over 100 years. The Baba's gospel and doctrine has spread all over the world. Today we are disciples of Baba. Today we are devotees of Baba. Today we have experienced him. We live with him. He's our breath, he's our soul, he's everything to us. But in 1900s, when Dada Sahib Khaperde was in Shirdi, and when Guru commanded that you have to stay here, you cannot go back till I say you go back to your native land, and he did. Trusting a Guru who is not in the physical body and having experienced his supremacy, his miracles, his grace, his blessings, we following the command of Sri Sainath Maharaj today is no big deal. It's nothing great. But in 1900s, there were conflicting opinions about Sri Sainath Maharaj. People used to say, especially within Shirdikars, they never used to like him. Some of them, 10, 20% of the Shirdi used to call him an imposter, a mad fakira, whatever. Despite all these things, not getting influenced by anybody, unperturbed, just by the command of the Guru, Dada Sahib Khaperde stays for a long passage of time. That is devotion. That is being at the feet of Guru. Nothing else matters. Nobody's opinions matters. Me and my Lord. So, however, that day, Dada Sahib Khaperde was given permission to return home. And the night Aarti at Chavdi was started. Baba used to go to Chavdi every alternate day. He used to sleep in Chavdi every alternate day. in the earlier days. Subsequently, the stay in Chavdi started reducing and receding. When it started receding and reducing, Aartis used to be performed only when Baba was in Dwarkamai. Kakad Aarti, Dupari, Sandhya Kali, Shej Aarti. 4 Aartis we have in Shirdi. Morning, afternoon, evening and night. So, but these Aartis were performed only in Dwarkamai, as long as Baba sat in Dwarkamai. But this started even in uh, Chavdi. It never used to happen. Now, just imagine Baba is inching close to his Mahasamadhi day. He has to shed the body. He knows it. When he knows that he has to shed the body, everything around Shirdi, all the rituals, all the practices in Shirdi started aligning, started changing, started taking different shapes, but over a period of time, slowly but certainly, right? Because all the artis finally consolidated at Mahasamadhi after Baba's last rites were performed, his bodies rather. The Vada was completed and one was inhabited on Ram Navami Day in 1911 with due rites and formalities. Ram Navami is a very, very significant day. Ram Navami was the day when Baba descended on Mother Earth. In his own words, Baba had declared that he came on earth or he came in the physical form, Purnavatara of Adiguru Dattatreya. He came to this world on Ram Navami Day. So Ram Navami holds a very significant importance for all the Saipanthis as well as every Shirdi Sai devotee and disciple. It is very, ironic, or sometimes it's very, indicative that all these great avatars and masters, all of them, they choose the day to descend and they choose a day to exit. Bhagwan Shri Swaminarayan, we all have heard about Swaminarayan Sampradaya. He was born on Ram Navami Day. Shri Sainath Maharaj of Shirdi, our Guru, he was born on Ram Navami Day. And he shed the body on Vijayadashmi Day. And I don't think it can be a series of coincidences. When I leave it to anybody's and everybody's imagination. And I also must admit and say that Saipanth Foundation, a trust that we formed this year, after a lot of delay, deliberations, discussions, this and that, it is done and dusted. No matter what we do, it was registered on Ram Navami Day this year. So we feel in this, what I need to express is, let us get rid of doership. When he commands in all the stories, whether it was Kaka Sahib Dikshit or Vada getting completed on Ram Navami Day or Aarti beginning in Chavdi in 1911 or 1910. So all these things are the designs of the master. He knows what is right. So when we are very anxious about what is going to happen, what is going to happen tomorrow, what is going to happen after some time, we live in anxious state most of the time. And even for the cause of our spiritual work, we get very anxious. oh, we want to do this, we want a trust to be formed, we have to establish a Sai Dham, we have to, settle down somewhere as a tribe of Sai Bhakts. All these desires that we go to and fro, we plan and so on and so forth, but nothing happens. We have to ensure that we have certain amount of patience, and we have to trust. Whether we trust or we don't trust doesn't matter. Master will do what we wish. It's like children that, I want this, I want that. Parent knows he has to buy, he is going to buy. He is going to get that thing for the child. A child wants a bicycle, the child cries, howls or whatever. The parents know at what age, at what height the child has to have a bicycle so that it can ride. So likewise, whatever we do, anxiety comes, restlessness, urgency, lack of patience, or whatever, he smiles. But when does it happen? When we are his children. When we haven't drifted away. I'm not talking, I don't want to sound like a fanatic Sai Bhakt only, but any guru, a true master, when you are in the abode of a guru, when you have attained that oneness, when he has embraced you, no matter what we do, he is going to give. He is going to fulfill our wishes. He decides when. When he decides, that is the right time. No matter how much we tried for years together, since 2016 we tried. 2024 Ramnavami Day, the Saipanth Foundation was registered. He decides. He does. So all of us, me, you, all of us, we are his children. We are anxious. We're jumping out. Likewise, we will also have our tribe and we will settle down in some place very soon by his command and grace. So doership is something which we have to give up, right? So on Ramnavami Day, as I said, it is a very auspicious day. That was the day it was inhabited. Then another vada or a palatial mansion was put up by a famous millionaire, Mr. Booty of Nagpur. Vada in Maharashtra, in Marathi, is almost, you cannot call it a palace, but it's a castle. You can draw equals to castle. So Booty, a very, very rich man called Booty from Nagpur, built a very palatial mansion. A lot of money was spent on this building, but it was well utilized as Sai Baba is resting in this vada, which is now called the Samadhi Mandir. The site of this mandir formerly had a garden which was watered and looked after by Baba. 3 vadas thus came up, where there was none formal. Of these, Sathes Vada was most useful to all in the early days. Now, Booty Vada was a place originally that was a Lendi. There is a Lendi Bagh today, and there's a well there, right? That also was looked after by Baba. He looked after that also, but mainly right behind Dwarka Mai. For years, not just for days, not for months, for years and decades rather, that was the Lendi Bagh, where there is Samadhi Mandir today. I don't know, I am short of words to explain the magnitude of divine knowledge or how the divine works. Baba nurtured that place for decades, knowing, fully aware that someday that will be the Samadhi Mandir where millions and millions and millions of his devotees and disciples, as long as the world exists, will visit. It is not a coincidence. It is something which Lord decides. So when we look at our lives, fortunate are we that the Saipanthis are, fortunate is every bhakta of any true master who's in the abode of true master or in the true custody of a true master. How beautifully everything is planned. Everything is orchestrated. Everything moves around like a sequence. When we look back, we understand how and when and where, what happened. Today, after hundreds of years, 100+ years, we know that why Baba nurtured that place, looked after as his personal garden. Please remind me next time when we take up Mahabharata, I will definitely would like to speak about why Kurukshetra was chosen by Lord Krishna for the Dharma Sanstapana. The war of Dharma Sanstapana was chosen by Lord Krishna. I mean, that choice of Lord Krishna was Kurukshetra. And why it was so, we will discuss. Right? We are sticking to Satcharitra today. And why I mentioned it is because the divine, when it descends with a plan. When master comes into our life, he comes with a master plan. So let us rest our anxieties, worries, and stress and worries of the future and all those things at the feet of our Guru. Let us live every day by his command. Let us attain oneness with him. Let us live peacefully. It's okay. I know it is easier said than done, but let us at least, these are the guiding lights for us, indications, which says that do not worry, do not worry. When we take up the jewels of stories of Shri Satcharitra, we understand that there is nothing much to worry. Give up the doership. Not every negative occurrence in our life will have a adverse end. So a lot of things that we have to take away from this, right? And of all the three Vadas, the most used was Sate's Vada. Just imagine any devotee and disciple who comes to Shirdi. Baba's style was very different. The moment any disciple goes to the abode of Lord, he never used to first immediately sit and say, okay, what's your problem? Nothing. First you come, give them some water. And he had a habit of giving a piece of good jaggery because it just refreshes us, rejuvenates us. Give them some water, a piece of jaggery, relax, settle down, go to the Vada, wash yourself, rest for a while, have your meal. Baba used to cook himself in the beginning. Later on, it shifted. Radhakrishna Mai took over, then Lakshmi Bai took over. As long as Bajama was there, Bajama used to cook. Now, many people came forward and they started cooking in the Vada. People used to stay in the Vada, refresh, settle down, and then come and meet our Guru. Baba used to just first settle down. Khali pet bhajan nahi hoi sakat. Means in the empty stomach, we cannot be, we cannot have that settled mind to communicate. So we cannot. So that's how these basic small things also, Baba used to tend for his devotees and disciples. That's the beauty of Sri Sai Satcharitra, right? Now, the last piece of this, the story of the garden, which was attended by Sai Baba with the help of Vaman Tatya, the temporary absence of Sai Baba from Shirdi, and his coming again to Shirdi with the marriage party of Chand Patil, the company of Devidas, Janaki Das and Gangagir. Baba's wrestling bout or wrestling match with Mohiddin Tamboli, residing in the masjid, love for Mr. Dengle and other devotees and other incidents will be described in the next chapter. So it is just an indication, last paragraph, which it says about what is going to be discussed in the next chapter, right? This concludes the fourth chapter of Shri Sai Satcharitra, right? Thanks for your patient hearing. Saira, Saira. Hope we learned a lot in this chapter 4. So we move to the next chapter, chapter 5. Saira.